Donna, Bella, my nightingale, I'm so glad to see you. I'm not as glad to see you. You tried to frame me, but whatever. Pumpkin, I wouldn't miss the king's birthday for the world. Also have the honor of judging the contest today, despite the fact that you're a criminal. Congratulations, Don Chinito! Hey guys, welcome back to Queen in 30 Days. But because this was requested for me to play. Sorry, let me get my thoughts together. This was requested for me to play. Once again, don't mind the stuff in the background. I'm working on it, okay? But, this was requested for me to play. Something else was also requested for me to play. Let me quickly talk about that while we load up the game. The other story that was requested to play was the only story that's not on my channel for good reason. My Hollywood Story. That is the only romance club game that I am not playing because I refused. It's probably in the comedy section. There it is. This shit. Look. That person said that they needed, was it Dylan? They said they needed motivation to play. I need motivation to play. Okay? So, I thought about it though. I'm like, okay. Oh, there's an all button? No. But I want to know what section Queen in 30 Days is in. Detective. I feel like there's only one season, like the season we're in right now, season 2, that's really kind of detective-y. The rest of it, not so much. So that's a little strange. But that's fine. Anyway, My Hollywood Story is, it's almost like my brain melts when I read it. Like, I refuse to finish season 1. I never did. That's like the only story I just like completely gave up on. Never played it, never intended to ever play it again. Okay, but I'll make you a deal. How about this? I'll make you a deal. I will record episodes 1 and 2. I'll put that out there. Episodes 1 and 2. So you can understand the madness. Oh Lord. Okay, I'll record episodes 1 and 2. And so some of the normally like in the meantime, even some of the slower watch videos, they get about 100 views, right? So I'm gonna need at least 20 likes. I think it's fair. I think it's fair for the mental torture to put myself through, and I will finish season 1. That's the promise. I think that's more than fair. So that's the plan, okay? That's it. I'll repeat it again when I record that video. Give me a couple of weeks. Oh, but I'm pushing it. So, sometime in the next 2 weeks, that'll be out, okay? But don't push me, dude, because I think that's more than fair. 20 likes on the first two on the video, and I will finish season 1 for the first time because I've never finished season 1. I think I got to like episode 8. I think I played through 7, and then I think at 8 I stopped. It was right around they were doing some blackmail or something stupid, and I was like, absolutely not. I'm done. This isn't happening. Yeah, I'm concerned that Sophie's 10 Wishes is going in the same direction, and Seduced by the Rhythm is about right there. Like, I kid you not, I've recorded season 2, episodes 1 and 2 of Seduced by the Rhythm. I recorded that shit back in December. But I refuse. I don't refuse. It's gonna happen, like, next week, probably, to edit it, because I got so mad, I literally cried. Like, this is not a joke. Like, so Seduced by the Rhythm is about right there. I'm like 2 seconds away from saying, fuck it, I will never play this shit again. So, that'll be a treat for you guys. But anyway, we're playing Queen in 30 Days, right? Let's have some actual fun. So, Chapter 3, the Queen and the King's Tea Party. Love a good tea party for your fun. Clutching onto Richard, you walked unsteadily to the King's Lodge. Lodge. I don't know what I was thinking, maybe lounge, I think I was trying to say. I don't even know, but that wasn't the word. Don't worry, it'll be fine. I don't know what to say. I'm not a big etiquette expert, you know? It's not very strict anymore, believe me. I bet you know most of the rules. How should you address the king and queen when you first meet them? I guess definitely not this. Highness is the prince and princess. So your majesty or your grace is usually like king and queen. Right. And this is the most important and the most strict part of courtly etiquette. Good. What about the bow? I think bow deeply. The deep bow is not really required by etiquette. Just nod your head respectfully or curtsy. Trying to talk back, and when you're leaving, call them your majesties again. When have I ever talked back? All the time. The prince suddenly stopped in his tracks and looked you gently in the eyes. My dear girl, you have a sharp tongue and know how to use it, and I love that in you. And I'd be more than happy if you managed to become friends with them. Let's say I've already become friends with the queen. You looked at him suspiciously. Richard, why did you arrange for this? I didn't tell you if I wanted to be queen or not. My sweetheart, what's the difference? Don't you want to meet a real flesh and blood king? He being tricky. No. Or make a good impression on him? Well, you have a point. You wanted to continue asking questions, but you were already approaching a fancy summer house. Are you ready? No. No. Just relax. I'm here for you. He winked encouragingly and stepped into the summer house. Your Royal Majesties, Lady Melody. She's ready for an audience and is waiting outside. A low but merry voice came from the summer house. Richard turned to you and invited you in. You entered on weak legs. Here we go. This is all cute. Your Majesties, I'm happy to introduce you to Lady Melody. Welcome, Lady Melody. What to do? Bow slightly. With a soft smile, you nodded your head respectfully first to the king and then to the queen. When you looked him in their eyes again, you saw approval in their faces. Boop. You managed to impress the king even before he met you in private. Yeah, that's right, because we did with the march thing. I was very impressed with your march during the parade. Her Majesty and I were particularly amazed by your flag maneuver. If I remember it right, the last lady to pass the flag directly to the king was Lady Albina in 1874. What's the answer? Your Majesty is too kind. It's me who's deeply impressed. The event is so beautiful and exuberant. Oh, my lady is responsible for this beauty. Your Majesty, allow me to pay respect to your hard work. Thank you, Lady Melody. The arrangements indeed took my team a lot of effort and patience. The royal couple was impressed with your manners. Whoop, 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 whoop. Would you tell us how you ended up in Cigar? Sure. I won a writing competition at my university. I suppose you're a very talented writer. I don't think it's wise to praise my own skills. And you're humble as well. That's adorable. What was the topic? The queen remembered your politeness in the garden. Yeah, think what? And shove her out of the way. What were the options? Say like, excuse you? What was the topic? If I were a queen. That's a curious coincidence. What was your answer? Blushing, you told them about the contents of your essay. Finally, you summarized. As a whole, I believe that people and their interests come first. This is a very sensible answer. You correctly assessed the issue, Lady Melody. Like, I didn't think that this would come back, like, in, like, dialogue or anything like that. But that's interesting. I forgot that it did. I'm glad I didn't say anything. I wonder, like, can you lie about, like, especially on plot, can you lie about, like, what you wrote about to make yourself look better? The main goal of every monarch is to keep his people happy. The king likes your approach to royal duties. Boom. Lady, please sit down. Tea will be served quite shortly. Dun, 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 dun. This looks so cozy. A silent servant came in a minute with some teacups. You waited for everyone to help themselves and only then took your cup. For some time you drank the tea and made small talk. Suddenly the king raised his eyes and smiled kindly. Your Majesties, Your Highness. Leo and his fancy digs. To me, he's both like a little bit of a snarky jerk and a sweetheart at the same time. I like it. You turn around sharply and caught Leonard's look. What to do? Ask to be introduced. With a broad smile, you turn to Richard. Richard, would you be so kind as to introduce us? Certainly. Lady Melody, meet my brother Leonard, the Duke of Lancashire. Leonard, please give a warm welcome to Lady Melody. Oh, but we already know each other. Sort of. You didn't introduce yourself properly, so I don't know shit about you. Leonard bowed to you ceremoniously. I am thankful for the opportunity to meet you again, Lady Melody. But I think Leonard's like into like cheeky stuff, so I think if we were like going after him, we probably would have just said hello. But I'm not trying to go after him, so not right now. It's an honor. Under the Queen's inquisitive gaze, he kissed your fingers. Everybody in this family is sneaky. Everybody, well, except the king, I will say. He's too kind of lost in his own grief. Everybody else is sneaky. Queen's trying to get her son on the freaking throne. Richard's trying to get you into bed. Leonard's trying to use you against Richard, and then he was like, "Oh wait, I can do this." Your Majesties, Your Highness, I beg you to excuse us. Oh, I bet. Richard is like the most jealous person on the planet. Lady Melody takes part in the fashion contest. I like to take her there. Good excuse. Your Majesties, thank you for your honoring me with your valuable time. I wish you luck, Lady Melody. Followed by the smiles of the royal family, you left the summer house. Boom. Congratulations, you managed to impress the king with your manners. It will help you in the future. Melody, you were unbelievable. I almost fainted with fear. And still, you were like a highborn lady. I'm so proud of you. With shining eyes, he took your hands and kissed your fingers. Oh, I bet. It's like, well, if Leonard could do it, I can do it too. Richard, you're making me blush. That's my goal, my fair lady. With a soft smile, he cocked his head to the side. It's not very healthy to be so stressed. I think you need to relax a little bit. I'm like, how? My dinner invitation is still valid, and it's still not going to be answered. Yeah, better not. I'm afraid I'll be wiped out by that time. I could fall asleep on my own plate. I will make myself a nuisance for a tired lady. Get some good sleep, Melody. We'll have dinner some other day. Sure. It's time for me to go to the contest? Right, it's right there on the other end of the square. Do you want me to escort you? No. No way, I'm a big girl. I'll find it. He laughed quietly and nodded. If you need me, I'll be nearby. With a small bow, he left you alone. Phew, what a day. Keeps getting more and more intense. I hope I'll see Emma there. What I really need now is her support. All right. I've seen this castle. Oh my gosh. Somebody for The Sims 4, they made a set of this castle. I remember like the golden arch pieces and these castle pieces here. I was actually using it to build a castle in Sims 4. That's why I recognize it. What was it, Felix Andre? Yeah, I remember this castle. Actually, this part right here, it kind of reminds me of the house from Chasing You. But I feel like I've seen this castle when I went to Europe. I don't remember, but I definitely seen these pieces. So this is based off of a real castle. It has to be, because I doubt that person played this game. That's cool. What's this called? Search. Hold on. I think I know what it's called too. Hold on. Let me look it up. Don't mind me. It's called Sutren Castle, Germany. Yeah, I can't pronounce it, but it's SCH. I'll spell it on the screen. Yeah. I'll also post a picture of the screen of the real thing, but yeah. They modeled this directly after that. It's the same exact castle. That's so nice. That's so nice. Okay. Sorry. You walked on, absorbed in your thoughts. When you raised your absent gaze, you suddenly saw fast approaching Julia. Ooh, I remember this. You noticed her hand raised for the slap at the last moment. You darted away and held up your hands in a defensive gesture. Julia, are you right? Her flaming gaze looked you over. I'd worry about myself if I were you, Melody. Did you like opening the parade? You don't love Richard. I mean, I don't either, to be fair. I don't think you have a right to be mad. I really don't. Like, I know why. But look. Her eyes suddenly became very angry. She straightened her shoulders and pursed her lips menacingly. Love is a trap for idiots like you. In politics, you have to use your head for thinking, not whatever you've been using it for. You can spin around Richard as much as you want. Well, I'm really not trying to, like, at all, but, you know, whatever. But the crown is mine. Do you understand? With a sharp turn, she left. That was intense. A bit dazed, you continued on your way. I guess I could take pity on Julia. I mean, her life was decided until I came to Cigar. On the other hand, her life is pretty much still decided because I have no intention of being queen. I don't know. I think that's interesting. Like, it doesn't matter whether you have intention to be the queen or not. You still have to go through the dramatics of the whole thing. It's like, okay, great, thanks. So I guess I might as well become queen at least at one point, but I won't be right now. On the other hand, she should have held her temper at least on the first day. If it wasn't for her jokes and tricks, I'd have a different attitude. She's her own worst enemy, it seems. With these thoughts, you reach the fashion contest venue. Looks like I'm right on time. The gathered crowd immediately pay attention to you. Donna, Bella, my nightingale, I'm so glad to see you. I'm not as glad to see you. You tried to frame me, but whatever. Don Chinito, you're here as well? Pumpkin, I wouldn't miss the king's birthday for the world. Also have the honor of judging the contest today, despite the fact that you're a criminal. Congratulations, Don Chinito. No need, Pumpkin. I don't know anything about clothing. But as for your jewelry, He looked over you minutely and then sighed. Well, for a fashion contest, this will do. Right, Bella, you're a part of the contest. I guess so. Then go quickly and sit on the first row. It's already starting. The jeweler tried it back to the tribune, almost colliding with Emma on the way. So how did it go with the king? Did you behave? I was at my best. I did my best. Got some useful connections. Plot? The other one is courage. It's not courage. Did my best. And hope their majesties are pleased with me. You're a talented girl. I don't doubt you for a second. Dons and Donnas. Oh, it's starting. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. The time to award the most beautiful Donna of this day. He took out a small card with names written on it. The third place goes to Lady Julia. Oh my. That's a scandal. Someone applauded hesitantly. A red-faced Julia rose up and slowly approached Chinito. The second place goes to Lady Alva. Now the cheers were more definite, Alva joined Julia next to her uncle. So Chinito promoted his favorites. That's the fashion scandal of the year. And finally, the first place goes to Donna Melody. What are you waiting for? Go. Under surprised and sympathetic looks, you join the two ladies. Bitch. Let's cheer our pillows once again. While the spectators were applauding, Chinito awarded Julia and Alva with 2 medals on a band, and he gave you prize. I'm happy to award you, my Donna, with this humble prize. He gave you a small box. You opened it carefully. There was a thick stack of money and a certificate. Ha! Now I'll be able to give Richard back some of his money. Congratulations. Pumpkin, do you want to make a small speech? No. Yeah. Turn to the spectators. I thank you all for the warm welcome and for your cheers. I don't have a ready-made speech I didn't prepare for the victory, but I can say this. Dare. If you have a dream, a wish, don't ever give up trying to reach it. Try and try once more, and the world will give in one day. Be brave, believe in yourself and in miracles. And then, one day, a miracle will happen to you, just like it happened to me today. Thank you. We looked over the rows, seeing smiles and kind looks. Thank you, Donna Melody. That was a very inspiring speech. You smiled at him and asked quietly, do you think I can go? Yes, Pumpkin. Go if you need. You winked at Julia and moved along the rows of spectators. You turned around when you were almost out of the crowd and looked at Emma questioningly. She just shook her head and waved a hand, showing that she'll stay for now. You nodded and continued on your way. So I think I have a date tonight. When you were out of the crowd, Leonard appeared in front of you. Of course he did. Lady Melody. Oh, Your Highness. Just Leo. Or Your Highness. With a soft gesture, he took your hand and placed an ethereal kiss on your fingers again. I hope my appearance didn't manage to tire you. No, of course not. That's a relief. In this case, maybe I can count on another audience with you. Perhaps one a bit less coincidental than today. He smiled kindly, looking you in the eyes with hope and cunning curiosity. It's very nice, actually. By all accounts, not the beast they told me about. I wonder if I could influence the queen a bit with his help. I mean, Leo is her son, Richard isn't, and I'm not sure about her attitude towards me. But it won't hurt for her to like me, right? Fluff him off gently, ask for a favor, or give him hope. Last time I asked for a favor, I don't know that I need it. I don't know that you need it on Adam's route. But I'm gonna do it again anyway. I don't know what comes of this though. So I feel like you would only need like the king's favor and help from the queen if you were trying to become the next queen. I don't know, but I'm gonna do it again anyway. This is just rude if you're not planning on dating him. Okay. I'm afraid Her Majesty won't approve of this. Mother? Why do you think so? I have the impression she didn't like me very much. I didn't get that impression at all. I believe you're wrong. She is always quite restrained. Still, I wouldn't like her to hear any gossip. Perhaps you'd like me to talk to her about this? We're very close, and I'll be glad to shatter any of her illusions, if she has any. I wouldn't put you through the trouble. Oh, don't even think about it. I'll deal with this issue, and next time, you'll tell me more fascinating New York stories. The kind attitude of the queen will help you later. Don't know how, but sure. It's arranged then. Leonard stepped back and bowed slightly. You raised your eyes and saw Adam standing nearby. With a smile, you nodded at Leo and hurried away to the obviously tense Adam. The only person who's almost as jealous as Richard is Adam. Good Lord. What did the fancy pants want? Oh my goodness. Adam, you're talking about a royal family member, you know? Okay, so what did the royal fancy pants want? Ask for a piece of advice, to invite me on a date, to say hi. The man squinted at the retreating prince. If he does you any harm, just tell me. Will you beat the crap out of him? No way, he's a royal family and all. But I can put a pin in his chair. Adam looked you over and smiled, delighted. Alright, are you ready for the best museum visit in your life? Yeah. Perfect. Let's go dress you up a bit. What's wrong with my dress? You look beautiful in it, like the gleam of sunset on leaves in the fall. Gosh, he knows how to compliment a woman. But you'll be damn uncomfortable in it. Just trust my word on that. Oh, well. He gave you a large package. Go up and change. I'll wait. So, what do we have here? Leather suit. Fun. Almost a superhero. I like Black Widow. Except these parts should be like red, right? Jeans and a shirt. I think I'm gonna go with the leather. And a hair change. Okay, I thought this was kind of fun. Oh, didn't show it, but I think it should be there. Upon seeing you, Adam nodded enthusiastically. Now you're ready. Let's go. He took you by the hand away from the garden. Next to the main gate there was... My God, Adam, what is this thing? You've seen a motorcycle before. Don't be ridiculous. You live in New York. My little hobby. Put this on, please. He gave you a girl's helmet. How do I look? Ah, I see. The other outfits wouldn't match the helmet. But it still matches the helmet. It's fine. Like the previous girl I know. With one swift movement, he slid onto the saddle and patted the seat behind him. Hop on. You mounted the motorbike and clutched Adam's waist. The bike roared enthusiastically. Oh God. Adam shouted out the palace grate and immediately cut in traffic. On the nearest traffic light, he turned to you. Are you okay? For the most part, I suppose. I've never been on a motorcycle, and I don't particularly plan to be on one either, but, I mean, I guess I wouldn't knock it until I tried it, though. Let's get a few little snapshots. Thrilled. Go faster. Wait a bit until we're on the highway. I'm not going to blaze to the city with such a valuable cargo on board. He smiled at you gently and put the helmet and shield back again before setting out. When you were on the highway, he turned around again. Are you holding on? You nodded and held him tighter. Adam smiled. How'd you see that? The engine roared and the bike darted forward on the half-empty road like a metal arrow. Ah, this is amazing. Adrenaline the wind and Adam's warm back. He didn't have enough air with all these sensations. The trees were flashing past you at an intimidating speed, but your cool-headed driver was maneuvering his beast with skill and precision. Wait, trees? I thought we were on the highway. Every turn you made your stomach fall and your heart shrink with pleasant fear. Blinded by emotions, you screamed and laughed, waved to the astonished drivers who you overpassed. This reminds me, I've never been in a motorcycle, but my husband loves sports cars. He came home with one day. It was like a rental or something like that. I don't know. I don't know where he got this car. Anyway, he comes home with this car. I'm like, oh my God, what is that? He's like, you want to drive it? No. He's like, okay, well, let's go for a ride. Okay, sure. So we go, and he gets on the freeway, and it's just like my stomach just bottoms out. He's just going. And I'm just like, oh my God, we're gonna die. But it was pretty fun. Very soon, it felt like no more than 5 minutes, Adam reduced his speed and turned to an off-ramp. The sun was slowly setting, bathing the fields in warm orange light. You rode along slowly for some time before stopping next to a forest. So cute. You hopped off the bike and took off your helmet. You took me some strange forest. Should I be nervous now? Well, decide for yourself. Some more pictures. Because we love pictures. He stepped forward and parted a thick bush with his hands, and you saw... Oh, wait. I think I got something. Adam, it's like in a fairy tale. I knew you'd like it. But you told me we're going to a museum. Right, this is the museum. A museum of real nature, of sun, and of relaxation. Trickster. He took out a couple of baskets from the trunk and handed you a soft blanket. But I'm all for a picnic. I love a picnic. Now let's get comfortable. You spread out the blanket not far from a slope, and Adam laid out the food. I'm not much of a cook, so there's just some sandwiches and cookies here. Hey, still a picnic to me. Oh, and this. He rummaged around the basket, took out a candle, and put it on a plate and lit it. What's this for? For a romantic atmosphere, of course. You laughed and made yourself comfortable on the blanket, facing the sunset. Adam sat next to you with a bottle of juice in his hands. This is a special place. I've never shown it to anyone. You looked at him, surprised with a bit of disbelief. The soft sunbeams touched your face, warm, but not scalding. You smelled the scent of flowers, warm soil, fresh grass, and something indistinctive but very summer-like. Far away, below the slope, some birds were singing. Thank you, Melody. For what? He sipped some juice, thinking the words over. Lately, I was tying myself up in knots. I've always thought I'd have all I need. My job, my friendship with Richard. I was happy with no long-term relationship. But when I saw you on the main square, so small and so vulnerable, I just wanted to sweep you up and take you somewhere safe. Every day this feeling grew. I just want to protect you from everyone, including me. He looked into the distance at the blossoming fields. Only his fingers, rubbing and twiddling with the bottle cap, showed his agitation. Sure, protect me. Yeah. His fingers relaxed slowly. A small smile came to his lips. With one arm, he hugged you and pulled you closer. You leaned your head on his shoulder and snuggled to his side. You sat there, watching the sun slowly descending towards the horizon. Adam bent his head to look you in the eyes. You raised your face and gently kissed the side of his mouth. He went a bit lower. His kiss was slow, so sensual. He didn't hurry, kissing your lips gently and delicately, biting your tongue slightly. At some point, you found yourself sitting on his lap. Hot palms slid under your jacket and pressed on your shoulder blades. You breathed out, bending towards his strong body. He generously scattered kisses on your chin, your throat, your collarbones. Then he froze, panting heavily, and looked you straight in the eyes. Slowly, in a hoarse voice, he said, "You're worse than any drug, Melody. I'm going unstable with you on my lap." particularly like being compared to a drug, but I understand. He turned you gently to face the sunset again and made you more comfortable on his lap. Cooling down slowly, he kissed your shoulders and neck and caressed your fingers. When the sun was almost below the horizon, he let go of you. It gets pretty chilly here after the sunset. I'm afraid you'll be cold. Should have snapped another picture. You stretched out and stood up enthusiastically. Well, maybe I should snap a picture of this, the bottom part. Huh. No, I'm fine. I'm ready. You packed everything in no time, and in about 5 minutes, Adam started the engine again. On the way back, both of you kept a tranquil silence. I mean, it's kind of hard for him to hear me over the roar of the wind. If I close my eyes, I can see it again. The sunset, the fields, these magical flowers. Adam's thoughtful face. Very soon, maybe too soon, you stopped at the palace. Thank you. It was a perfect evening. No, thank you. I haven't had such a rest for a long time. Do you want me to take you to your room? No, don't bother. I don't get lost in the palace anymore. He sniffed and winked at you. The metal beast took to the road with a sleepy roar. I'm also in the background trying to think of what I want for lunch. I'm getting hungry. The room was quiet and empty. You suddenly felt gratitude towards the palace servants. I was such a mess, and now the room is clean, like it's literally sparkling. From behind the couch, Axel came towards you sleepily. Even you are fed and clean. Come to me, let's sleep. He yawned, snuggled under the blanket, and started to build a nest there. You took a short time changing and washing your face, and then finally reached your bed. Sleep came instantly. You were absolutely sure there were mice in the wall. You heard them scrabbling, and you tried to understand where they were. You stretched your hand, touched the wall, and woke up. Judging by the blue twilight behind the window, it was about 4 a.m. You got up on your elbow, trying to understand what it was that woke you up. Somewhere on your side, very close, you heard a sigh. A cold breath touched your face, and something bright moved in the corner of your vision. When you turned to look, nothing was there, but now it moved on your left. Is there anyone here? Suddenly you remember Peter's story, and the hair on your neck stood up. It's true, there are ghosts in the castle. Your heart stopped for a second, and the blood rushed to your head. What to do? You tried to open your mouth, but no sound came out. Damn, some kind of hypnosis? Or am I still sleeping? The temperature in the room dropped, the curtains quivered. A subtle whiz touched your ear. From under the blanket suddenly came a hissing, which made your heart leap. My God, it's just you. The animal jumped down on the ground and slowly moved towards the ghost, puffing and popping up his fur. With a kind smile, the ghost vanished into the air. With your heart pounding, you fell back on the pillow. What the hell was that? You closed your eyes and listened carefully for any sounds. You didn't notice when you fell asleep. A persistent knocking on the door woke you up a second time. You raised your throbbing head from the pillow and groaned. Who's there? Wake up, Melody. I've got some bad news. Dum bum ba. Let's find out what the bad news is. Friends in need are friends indeed. It's time to find out if you're indeed a good friend. This is when things are to take a bit of a spooky turn, and the detective work comes in. Chapter 4, The Queen and the Abduction. Wake up, Melody. I have some bad news. Your heart stopped for a moment and then started to thump savagely. Was Peter coming to warn me that something bad was happening at the time? You sprang up from the bed, stroked down your hair, and hurriedly opened the door. What happened? Richard's gone. From the looks of it, he's been gone since yesterday evening. When was the last time you saw him? In the afternoon, before the fashion show, I think. Did he say he was planning to go somewhere? No. Did you notice something unusual in his behavior? Or anything Or anything or anyone suspicious? Leonard? No, if I did, I'd tell you right away. Adam made a hissing sound and breathed out nervously. Can he be, I don't know, walking somewhere? He could, but that'd be very strange. Usually security is aware of his movements. What if he decided he needed some private time, like he did in New York? It isn't like Richard to go somewhere and not tell me. So, what do we do? Adam looked at you with surprise and affection. I'm glad you said we. What are our options? Your pet trotted to Adam's feet and stiffed them. Hey, Fluffy. How's he doing here? You're changing the subject. Perfect. He's always asking for food. Look how much weight he gained. No excuses, young man. You're up for a diet. Axel, trust me, it's not safe to argue with a woman who's adamant on keeping you on a diet. Does anyone else know about Richard? Only me and the king. And me. I came to you because Richard trusts you. There's a possibility he told you something valuable. Something he thinks was unimportant, but could give me an idea as to where he is. I'm sorry, I'm afraid I have nothing for now. Maybe something will come to you later. And don't tell Emma anything just yet. It's not like she's under suspicion, but sometimes she could be a little sus. You know. Yeah, so tell me how you plan to find Richard. He looked at you thoughtfully. Let me ask you the same question. What would you do? Well, I don't want to gather a search group because then everybody would know. Be cunning. That sounds like plot. Maybe discreetly talk to a few key witnesses. Like, who was the last person who saw him and where? Someone must have seen something. You can ask the servants and others. What about cameras? There should be cameras here. Yeah, and I've already seen most of the footage. Nothing happened in or around the prince's room. The doors and the windows are clear. The floor and the ceiling in the room are intact. Basically, I think we need to retrace his last steps as close as possible. Do you see him enter the room? I did. After that, it was a quiet night. Nothing unusual. I mean, he couldn't just slip through the wall. Gosh, now I see why I had that bad dream last night. Under his questioning look, you recounted everything about Peter's overnight visit. Adam hugged you sympathetically. That was just a dream, baby. Don't be afraid. And if he comes back, just call me. My gun and I will banish any nightmare. You smiled sadly. Adam, I'm going to need to help you. Adam affectionately stroked your shoulder. I don't think it's something I myself couldn't handle, but I want to help. He sighed and threw up his hands. If the king approves, you can help. You're just trying to shake me off. No, it's not that. I want to kick you right now. Melody, I really can't let you take a part in an official investigation without the king's approval. That's fair. If you're going to have an investigation, that is. Okay, how about this? You ask the king for permission, and then we'll see, okay? You're an insolent, impudent man. But okay. Where can I find him? Next to the pond, I think. But be discreet. He's hiding from the queen there. Okay. Where will I find you after? Call me. Deal. Adam headed out, leaving a waft of manly perfume after him. Right, so I need to see Sebastian first. It's no good seeing the king in pajamas, right? Sebastian? I didn't know the king's name was Sebastian. Huh. Oh, there's something new. I didn't know that. I'm trying to remember the connection. Because remember, who was it? One of the pirates is tied to Richard. Is his ancestor. The French one. Because he goes missing at the end of Souls in the Fog. And I think he comes to Cigar here. And he, spreads his wild oats. And eventually leads to Richard being Richard's ancestor. And I'm wondering, maybe the name Sebastian came about from Souls in the Fog. Because, I feel like this story is actually more connected with Souls in the Fog than you originally think. Right? I don't know. I'm kind of getting that vibe. It's not something I thought about before, but now it's, fully in mind. Yeah. I think there could be a connection there. I could be reaching. But it's just fun to find new little connections between the stories, though. You knocked on his door and immediately heard an answer from within. Wait, who did I go to? Come on in. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I take it back. This is not the king. This is this other guy. Refuse. Never mind. Good morning, Sebastian. Morning, Melody. I completely forgot about this guy, to be honest. I heard of a victory in the contest yesterday. Congratulations. Thank you. I believe this test is all yours, actually. But I need your help again. I'm going to see the king, unofficially. That sounds sneaky. Say no more. I've got something for you. I think I should elaborate a little bit more on that. That's super sneaky. So we have our Slytherin clothes here. Blue unicorn. What the fuck? Cute shepherdess. I picked this one because with the other hair, with the braid, it reminds me, it's so Alice in Wonderland, I couldn't even. It just felt so Alice in Wonderland, I just couldn't even. That's why I didn't buy this. Even though this is adorable. This really is adorable. It makes me kind of feel like a fairy. But this is so Alice in Wonderland, I can't. I have to. This one fits you well. It's humble, but with no pretense. Thank you very much, Sebastian. I love it. You look like one of us. What did you say? Me? I was silent. What the fuck? That threw me off. I didn't remember that. I don't think we have the necklace yet that I'm looking for. But there's something that's coming up. Okay, for now, I'll put the bracelet on. But I heard, maybe I imagined it. I suppose so. Good luck, lady. Thank you. You left the studio and made your way towards a familiar bench near the pond. The garden was quiet and empty. You quickly approached a lonely bench on the waterside. I hope you'll listen to me before shooing me away. Your Majesty, good morning. Oh, Lady Melody, good morning. I didn't expect to see you here. I'm glad to see you. Got it. I had a question I wanted to ask. Go on. Let me get a picture. I think we might use this one for the thumbnail. I don't think so. Something happened to Richard. We spoke of it earlier and decided to wait for another couple of hours before pushing the panic button. That being said, I don't want to start the search now, and I wanted to help him, but I need your Majesty's approval. The king was silent for a whole minute. Finally, he dared to ask, aren't you worried about Richard? I'm his father, lady, but I'm a king as well. I can't let myself be worried. He raised his tired, weary eyes to you. You're a very brave girl, Melody. You came to me just like that. I've heard things about you. You always seem to be the center of every commotion. You talk back, and you do everything the rules say you can't. He was silent for another minute, and then suddenly stroked the back of the bench. You remind me of someone. You cast a sidelong glance at where his fingers were. Something's written there. Some initials. H plus A equals love. P.S. Henry is a booby. P.P.S. Anna, I am the king. Is that Henry, the king? And what about Anna? Is it his later queen or his first one? First one. I guess the first one. Richard also visits this place when he needed to think. It might be an important place for their family. I risk it. Am I reminding you of the late Queen Anna? The king winced and he looked you directly in the eyes. He still loves her. Yeah. Yes, she was just like you. Daring and fearless. Like the snot face. Once, Richard fell into this very pond and started drowning. He was about 3 at the time. I didn't even see it coming. I just remember Anna sitting with me on this very bench, laughing, and the next second she's in the water. Right in her dress and her hat, she took him out of the water. I got scared and shouted at her, and pleaded forgiveness and sent her gifts for a week. Now I know where Richard takes his lack of restraint from. Henry looked thoughtfully at the water, and he nodded to himself. I think Anna would approve of your wish to help. You impressed the king during the audience, and he decided to help you. Oh, okay, this is where the king helps come in. Open panic is not necessary, and Richard will come back in a couple of hours. But if he is missing, you're authorized to take part in the investigation. He took off a chain from his neck and gave it to you. Oh, it fits so well. Look. Oh. I love this combo. This is my favorite combo of the game. Some low cigar take. It's also Wonderland. I just can't. This pendant will open every door in the palace for you. Also, every person in the palace will have to render you assistance should you need it. I thank you, Your Majesty. No need, my lady. What I want is my son to come back. Son, not the prince. He is word as a father and not as king. I'll do everything in my power to help find him. The king smiled at you wearily and nodded. And now I prefer to have a minute for myself. Nodding your goodbye, you left the king's sanctuary. Now I need to find Adam. You dialed his number. Greetings to the young detective. How's it going? The king took my plea to heart, and now I'm officially part of the investigation. Wow. You didn't expect that, did you, jerk? No, I believed you from the very beginning. Don't joke around. I can see through you. Don't get all steamed up. What matters is that you're in. Okay, where shall I go now? To the main hall. Coming. Wow, your flash. I said I was coming. He stretched out a hand and touched the pendant on your neck. The King's Grace? Yep, royal aid to eager detectives. What are we going to do? You're going to interrogate a couple of witnesses. Why me? Because you want to taste my job. I suppose? And who will I interrogate? A guard and a servant. Which one do you want to talk to first? Servants. They know the good stuff. Let's go then. Ooh, but I don't remember how to act stuff. Oof. The greenhouse is quiet and empty except for a person lingering in the far corner. Nico, good morning. May I talk to you for a second? Nico is everywhere. While the servant was approaching, he tiptoed and whispered in Adam's ear. Why him? Because he's everywhere. He was one of the last people who passed by Richard's room yesterday evening. The young man approached you and smiled. Of course, Sir Adam. Good morning to you, Lady and Lady Melody. Morning. Nico, would you please answer Melody's questions? Right. So, Nico, can you please tell us what you did between 1 and 6 o'clock in the morning? I was sleeping until 5:30, lady. Then I woke up, dressed up, and went to the kitchen for breakfast. At 5:30, I started my chores here in the greenhouse. Do you always work here? Our duties are various, lady. We stop from time to time to keep us interested. Tell me, Nico, have you noticed, anything or anyone? I can't remember. Let's try anyone, because servants, they notice people, right? Do you see anyone who wasn't supposed to be around, maybe? The young man mused for a while. I guess he may have a simple explanation, but still, boom! He would notice. He was like, I've never seen that person here before, and I'm literally everywhere. Today, a peculiar team of garbage men came to the palace. Why peculiar? It's the first time I've seen them. Usually the same team comes to us every day. Today, my friend Nicholas, your name is Nico and you have a friend Nicholas, was supposed to come with them. But these men came in 2 hours earlier than usual. That was unusual, at least for me. He looked at Adam. Do you have any other questions? No, I think you did very well. Thank you, Nico. You can go. Have a good day, sir, lady. When he left you, Adam scratched his nose thoughtfully. Now let's go talk to the guard. All right. This guard started his shift in the morning. Talk to him. I still prefer you do it. I mean, he is your subordinate. Melody, you wanted to help. Now face the music. You just make me do all the work. Private, come here. The guard approached and saluted to Adam. Good morning, Lieutenant. Colonel, sir. At ease. The lady will ask you some questions. Answer them. Sir, yes, sir. Can you tell me, please, where were you between 1 and 6 in the morning today? Between 9 in the morning and 4 in the morning, I was in the barrack room, my lady. At 4 in the morning, I started my shift and made a regular guard tour and came here to do sentry duty. Tell me, please, have you noticed? Now, despite the guards supposedly supposed to be noticing anyone, I don't think they would have noticed a person. I think they would have noticed things being out of place. Attention to detail. That sort of thing. Where servants are more like paying attention to who needs what and kind of like gossip wise. That's usually how it ends up working out. And guards, despite the fact they're supposed to be looking at people, as suspicious people, and keeping them out, they also have to look for things as well, like maybe a messed up doorknob or something like that, right? So I'm gonna rock with anything this time around. Since the other one worked, especially, I'm feeling a little bit more confident about this one. No, I didn't. Come on. The young man abruptly stopped, thought for several seconds, and then nodded. Yes, I saw a sanitation truck come 2 hours earlier than usual today. Why wasn't it stopped? It was checked properly, as per my knowledge. If it passed through the gate, that means his papers and crew were clean. But still they came too early? That's right. You looked at Adam. Private, were there any incidents in the morning? No, sir. Good, thank you. You can go back to your duty. Serving a cigar. You watched him march back. What now? Now we need to visit Richard's room. I want to see if I missed anything. Okay, let's go. And I've definitely never been in here. I don't think I did, right? Adam stood in the middle of the room, his arms crossed. What is it that I missed, Melody? The shelf, ceiling, bathroom, trash can. I think it is the trash can. Actually, he looked you over and then he went to the table. He slowly approached it, touched a paper, a flower in a vase, kicked the paper basket, then bent down, rummaged through the papers, and took out a crumpled sheet. Wow, a letter? I'd say a note. Adam read through the note quickly and then held it out to you. I'll come to our place when you call me. I miss you. WW. What do you think of it? Who do you think wrote it? Wilma. How the heck did you... He took the sheet from you, smoothed it over, and showed you a drawing on the other side, the horse. You see the galloping horse with clubs, emblem of the Wallen family. WW. Wilma Wallen. So you think Richard has been secretly seeing Wilma? No way. This is most likely some kind of mistake. But you still have to talk to her. Why me? She won't be so open with me. Again, someone has to do the dull work like making 1,000 calls and tracing that truck. You sigh obliquely in agreement. Look at me. What? I'm here on the wall. See me? Adam, did you hear that? Hear what? Look at me. See how close I am. Am I hearing voices? Was I poisoned? Or did I finally go nuts? What to do? Ask the voice, listen to the voice, look around. Look around? Whoops. You slowly looked around the room. There's something on the wall next to the bathroom. You walked a couple of steps forward and suddenly you saw a bump on the wall. In one place the wallpaper was curved and you saw an outline of a head. Adam, look. He came near and without hesitation ripped the whole piece of wallpaper off. Behind it you saw a shape of a unicorn carved into the wall. What a strange thing. Oh yes, you can see these in some parts of the palace, usually on the walls. Most of them have been covered over doing repairs. It's odd they left this one. It reminds me of something. Yeah, it's on your neck. Still frowning, you took off the pendant given to you by the king. You examined it carefully. You cast a look at Adam. He was watching you patiently. Then you shrugged your shoulders and pressed the pendant to the wall. Wow, they're exactly the same. Nothing happened. You waited for another 10 seconds. Right, and now, one part of the wall wheezed softly, moving aside. A musty wind blew on your face. Congratulations. With the king's help, you solved the mystery of the unicorn in Richard's room. You were standing at the entrance to a tunnel. Ah, okay. So, to help with the investigation, you need the king's help. And you have to get the king's help in order to find these tunnels. Gotcha. Oh my, a secret passage. Adam, did you know there was one here? When you turned around, you saw a mix of horror, shock, rage, and excitement on his face. I was supposed, as like a person who's supposed to be in security, to not know that these exist is a serious fucking problem. No. I didn't know a human face could show so many emotions at the same time. This means Richard... I'm still thinking he was abducted. That becomes a lot more plausible. And it had to be done by someone who had the same unicorn pendant you have. But the king gave this to me. Exactly. He scooped up a bag from the couch, took out a flashlight from inside, and gave it to you. This used to ask you to stay, right? Right. Then stay 2 steps behind on my left. Light up the tunnel. If something happens, you fall to the floor and crawl back. Clear? Yes. Then off we go. Adam was walking in front of you, pistol in hand, while you illuminated the tunnel. Then the excitement from the sudden discovery subsided, and you began to feel a tremor in your knees. A creepy voice in my head ordered me to open a secret passage. Shouldn't we maybe avoid going in the first place? The tunnel was quite twisty, with wild branches, and sloped downwards. How come you didn't know about it? This palace was not built as a fortress, but as a dwelling place of the monarch. I mean, have you ever checked the walls of your house for a secret passage? Well, yeah, but this is a castle, though. Well, no. Same here. I think something's here. Be careful. Watching your step, you entered a big dim room. It's like he's never read a story before, though. The source of light proved to be a network of small holes in the ceiling. You listened. From above, a faint splash of water could be heard. I'm a Dutchman if that's not the fountain in the park. But you were more interested in a big stone block in the middle of the room. Adam, what's that? The question. Help me. Together you pushed a stone lid on the block and moved it aside. Oh, don't look inside. Too late. You looked straight into the empty eye sockets of a skull. What up? Examine. Don't sit there in panic. It's obviously a coffin. What else would be in there? I mean, some of the stuff could be in there, but like the most probable thing to be in there is a skeleton. At least it's not still juicy. Like, you know, that's still decomposing. Like, that means it's pretty fresh, or for the most part. For some time, you and the skull examined each other without blinking. Then you breathed out slowly and moved away a little. I wonder who left the poor fellow in such a place. You turned around and met Adam's alert eyes. Are you okay? No panicking? Once again, skeleton should be in a coffin. That's what you expect to see in there. He's already dead. I don't expect him to bite. You're a very brave girl, Melody. He shook his head, also leaning closer to the skeleton. I have no idea who left him here, but look at the thing he's holding. You carefully stretched out your hand. Oh, yeah. What do you think is inside? I don't know, but I've got a key. Maybe. Let's open it. I've got no skeleton keys with me. You took out a skinny bunch of keys from your pocket and took out a thin golden key. It pays to suddenly take in an orphan for him to find a key for you in the garden. Why was the key in the garden? It seems to be from the palace. Shall we try it? Why not? Click. The box opened slowly. You gently pulled out a dense sheet rolled up several times. That's not paper. Leather? Probably. What's on it? Just a sec, Adam. Just a sec. Adam, it's a map. You unfolded the map on the floor and started to examine it. Congratulations, now you have a map of the palace's secret passages. I can't remember if that comes in handy. Does it come in handy maybe third season? Because I don't remember it being now. That's a central room, right? How about this one? Looks like an exit to the garden. See the trees? And this is the room where we came from. How do you know? See this 45-degree turn? Almost cracked my head open there. Perfect, Melody. Now we know something important, but unfortunate. And what's that? They had a secret way out. If Richard was abducted, they could have used any of these exits to get him out, including the kitchen. Do you see the sign? I think the kitchen's there. The entrance should be right below the camera. That's why we didn't see them opening it. Adam rubbed his forehead. That's a secret security blunder. My blunder, with a capital B. To be fair, nobody told you about these passages. I wondered, did the king know about the passages? And wouldn't he have told Adam about it if it was important? Did he forget? Maybe he didn't know. Maybe it was before his generation. Especially if he'd been having people cover them up. Adam, how could you have known? But who could have been responsible? They would have had to have had the pendant, so it could only have been somebody of royal family. So it only could have been the queen or Leonard, which is why I think they're both sus, usually. But I know for a fact that Leonard's not completely sus. I just can't remember the details. I'm so confused again. Adam, how could you have known? I had to. Ignoring your objections, he stood up and went back to the skeleton with the box in his hands. With everything was put back in order, Adam decisively scooped up his bag. Let's go. You're not even going to ask me how I had this key? Huh? We're not going to the end of the tunnel? Why? It's always as they took Richard this way. Let's do something useful. You turned around to look at the stone coffin, and the image of empty eye sockets sprang into your mind. See you soon. A chill ran down your spine, and you hurriedly followed Adam. Oh, I think I remember. Give me a minute. I'll make some calls and find out where Wilma is. He took out the phone and snorted. No connection here. Okay, let's get out first. Of course there's no... Did you really think there would be? While Adam made his calls, you thought over everything that happened. Adam's soft touch brought you back to reality. Melody? Oh, sorry. I was thinking. I said I know where Wilma is. It's a bar nearby. I'll take you there. Sure. In the car, Adam kept a gloomy silence. If you think of it, it's a big blow for him. He let his only charge be abducted. It's not really time for this, but sure. When the car stopped on the parking lot, you leaned over to Adam. Cupping his face in your hands, you gave him a tender kiss on the lips. And another one. And another one. His stubble scratched your chin a bit. His strong arms embraced your waist. He pulled you closer, pulling you onto his thigh, and made the kiss deeper. You kissed like teenagers, greedily, not holding back, biting and panting. Finally, you pulled back and whispered in his lips. Adam, is that your gun poking at my groin? Oh, what would you prefer it to be? His eyes gleamed predatorily in the dimness of the car interior. I prefer it to be... not the gun? Are we really gonna... Alright, then it's not. You felt the narrow space suddenly grow hot and stuffy. Your heart thumped in your chest. Someone might see us. It's a parking lot, Adam. He lowered his hand somewhere under the seat, and the driver's seat dropped down. Still holding you, Adam crawled to the back seat, kicked something, making the driver's seat go upright again. Tents are the greatest invention of humanity. You giggled, making yourself comfortable on his thighs. His strong hands laid on your low back, making you bend. Impatient fingers glided down and squeezed your buttocks. Jeez, when are you getting naked? I want you right now. What's stopping you? He chuckled, buried his fingers into your hair, and pressed on the back of your head. He caught your lips, and with a few deep burning kisses, made you gasp for air. His other hand was stroking your thigh, raising your skirt higher. You broke the kiss for a second, and his hot lips were gasping at your neck. His warm fingers reached your inner thigh and moved aside the hemline of your panties. What's the matter? Do you want me to stop? His eyes were gleaming with a mocking smile. No. Looking you in the eyes, he raised you a little and then set you back on his thighs. Your nails dug into his shoulders, leaving deep red marks on his smooth skin, but he didn't pay any attention. He steadily moved inside you, smothering your cries with kisses while you scratched his back and shoulders in agony. A push, another one. You started to shake. You almost caught the roof of the car with your head, but Adam held you and pressed you to his chest. You pressed your face to his shoulder and bit his skin to hold back a groan. Your consciousness was ragged with satiation. Your breath slowed down. For some time, you just laid there, feeling Adam slowly kissing your shoulders and arms. One of us is a lunatic, and the other one is the reason. He fished a wad of napkins from under the seat and began to clean you up. You fixed your hair and your dress and then examined him. You have a spot left right there. I'll probably bear it. You giggled and looked him in the eyes very seriously. Didn't it cross your mind that Richard abduction is for good? Adam frowned, not understanding. You mean because of you and me? Do you really think I'll let my best friend go missing because I don't want to have him as a rival in my relationship? No way. If it comes to that, it's going to be a fair fight or no fight at all. Oh, I thought she was saying that somebody killed him. Not that it was good that he was gone. You pressed your forehead to his and smiled. I'm so glad you're an honest person. We'll find Richard, Adam. It'll be all right.
Someone's at front door.
Okay, someone's at my front door. Okay, actually, it's just a package. It looks like they walked away. So it should be fine. Yeah, he's driving down the street. Okay. It's cool. I'll get in a second. Funny, it's the first time in my life that my best friend is not here. But on the other hand, the best girl in the world is supporting me. I have no idea if I'm going to be sad or happy. A cocktail of emotions, stirred, not shaken. Yeah. Okay, now off you go. And call me if anything happens. You smiled at him and left the car. The bar was almost empty. Wilma sat at a table next to the wall. You plopped down in a chair next to her. Hey, Wilma. Didn't expect to see you here. Hey, Melody. You, as always, appear out of the blue. It's my unique talent. Tell me, Wilma. Plot? This kind of seems straight to the point. And will, which was like willpower. You can go, what did you do? Yeah. Listen, that. Why'd you ask? Because... Laid the crumpled note on the table, emblem side out. Oh, that's mine, but what's on it? She opened the note and raised her brows in surprise. Where did you get it? Richard's room. Wilma chuckled. Right, well, I won't ask what you did there. I wrote it, but it was addressed to someone else. Oh, that's a secret? Will you tell me? Her gaze suddenly became playful, like that of a cat seeing a bird. What do I get? Well... What do you want? Her eyes examined you slowly from head to foot. Suddenly you felt naked. I want to offer you a game. With me and another person. What game? A very interesting one. It includes various interesting things. I don't really get it. You will, and he'll like it, I know. I saw him looking at you with interest. Come play with us, and you'll know who was supposed to get this note. I will think, Mama. Take your time, girl. She sucked her cocktail through the straw, looking you straight in the eyes. Such a cutie, Melody. I like you. A lot more than Julia, I dare say. She's too cocky. Melody, do you want to see Julia stumble a little? That depends on what you mean. I know her wee secret, and it might be useful to you. Give me the deets. Do you know who Carlo is? Yep. Maybe. The tall, handsome gentleman? No matter, I'll tell you. It just so happens that Carlo holds Julia's heart. Well, not exactly heart. Anyway, I don't think Richard would marry someone else's love, yes? Suppose I do. Well then, let me offer you some fun. Just you and me, Julia, Carlo, and a camera. What do you think? That's a fascinating offer. Congratulations, soon Wilma and you would get some dirt on Julia. Just give me your number, please. You and Wilma exchanged numbers. You made a small talk for a little while and then you got up and left. Before you left the table, Wilma smiled knowingly. I'll be waiting to see you again. See you, Wilma. You headed towards the entrance and called Adam. Okay. For the record, I do remember what that is about. And that Wilma's note has nothing to do with nothing. Okay? She is dating that police detective guy. I can't think of his name right now. And that, if you go there, that leads to a threesome. that's just kind of like surprise. Yeah, and it gets pretty intense. There's like some domination involved, and kind of like submissive, dominant thing, and it's just kind of sudden and a little strange. So if you're into that, that's great. But it was, to me, it was random, and I never expected to be romancing with either of those two. It doesn't affect any of your other relationships at all. You can just do it just because if you want to see it. But we won't be doing that this time. So I already know what that goes in. That doesn't have anything to do with Richard's abduction. So I don't know why it was in Richard's room, though. I don't know who put it there and who was hoping that somebody finds it. That was weird. I don't know. Anyway, really, what was that doing in Richard's room? Who put that there? Leonard? Hey, got any news? Some? You? Nothing, just as you thought. Lima insisted the note was for someone else. She didn't see Richard after the parade. Okay, still, let's watch it just in case. You can watch, and you can go join them in the threesome. I'm not doing it. As for me, I know where I spit his truck wet. Come out, I'll pick you up, and we'll go see if we can find it. And you left the bar feeling like a real detective. I swear. I feel like season 2 is the only part where you're like acting like a detective. Like just in this part, you know, where you're looking for Richard. I can't remember anything in season 3 that would suggest that. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end this part right here. I just have me to go find some lunch. I need to go pick up my package from the front door as well. Most likely more baby stuff, but that's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this part right here. Lord. And I will prepare myself for the My Hollywood Story train wreck. Because that's gonna be a mess. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and show a like button, some love, subscribe to see more content like this, and I will see you next time. Bye!